Hello, Columbus, and welcome to the OMS News Community Spotlight Podcast. Teaming up with Bruiser Nation Productions, we are bringing you an in-depth look at all the important stories we bring you here at OMS News. And today the Community Spotlight is on the unsung heroes of the grocery store industry. Right now, we are dealing with the coronavirus, as many of you know, and most of you are doing the right thing and staying inside. And, we thank you for that. You got to go out and you got to get your essentials and go out and grab a meal every now and again. That's totally fine. I wanted to do this story because I am in the grocery industry. I am a team leader for Giant Eagle's curbside department, and it has been something else. It was never anything I expected I would experience. Like many of you, I did not expect to have to endure something like this, and I've had a lot of patient customers, so that's always awesome. The shelves have been empty for us too. We don't have giant warehouses or anything like that in our back room. We get what we think we're going to sell. So it has been a bit of a challenge for us to keep the shelves stocked. And in response to that, we have adjusted some hours, moved things around a little bit so we can stock shelves and give customers what they need through curbside or coming into the store. And we have also implemented new sanitation practices, which I can't really share over the airwaves, but they're pretty extensive and really not playing around. I mean, the minor ones, so you can only pay online right now. Another one, we wear gloves for every time we take an order out to a customer. I'm not going to share anything else. Paperwork said proprietary information, but those are things that you can notice as a customer fairly easily, that we are no longer doing the pay at the curb, and we're also wearing gloves to try to protect you. Now, as far as stocking the shelves, I do know that the company is trying very hard to get trucks in every night. I have witnessed it multiple times where the trucks have come, we have put things on the shelves, and 6 hours later, everything's gone. So really, you guys out there, be patient with the grocery stores. If it's not there that day, you may need to go back the following day. And I know that's not the ideal situation, and probably something that none of you really want to hear, but that's the situation that we're in right now. I mean, I didn't want to do this story. This is everyone's story right now. I had a wrestling show to help broadcast with that was an autism awareness show. All the proceeds were going to go to autism awareness, and just canceled those plans. I was going to do a nice little series on that because I thought it was really important, not only to tell the story of the promotion doing the nice thing and donating those proceeds to autism awareness, but also for the child that it's for. But I shifted gears. I went ahead and did this news project for coronavirus because it was something that was close to me, and I've always felt that, at least so far in my media career, if I have a stake in it, or it's important to me, or I know something about it, I bring more to the table. And I'm a little bit on the inside here. I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs, but I'm there in the trenches with my team and other people's teams, trying to get us through this series of troubles we're having because of the coronavirus. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper when we return to the OMS News Community Spotlight Podcast.
Have Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? Maybe like the Bruce Cruise podcast? Then I have to tell you all about Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. And the best part, it's free. That's right, free. Anchor sports a plethora of creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor distributes your podcast for you, so your voice and experience can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. One of the coolest parts, you have the option to make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast, all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm to get started on your podcast today.
All right, and here we are back again to continue our in-depth look at the news series that we're doing on the grocery store industry, mainly Giant Eagle as a whole, because I work there, and I'll tell you a little more in-depth to the story. I've never seen shelves like this, like many of you. It was frustrating for me to try to shop for my customers and not have anything on the shelf. And that's why I'm trying to ask you all to take a step back and be patient, and most of you have. I don't have any horror stories to tell. I don't have anybody freaking out. However, we don't have the foot traffic as, say, a Walmart or a Kroger. Sound off on the description here on the OMS News Podcast to let me know if you have any horror stories. I won't blast you out online. I won't use any names if I decide to share the horror stories with the world or not. But the thing was, it got real crazy real quick, and that's why we haven't been able to keep everything on the shelves for everyone. It's not without lack of effort. It is everybody came to the store at once and bought all of the same things. That is not easy. Like I alluded to before the commercial break, I would go into work, we would have a truck come in, we would help get it on the shelf, and it would be gone, be it toilet paper, paper towels, what have you. I mean, there were days where they stocked all the meat they had and available, and it was gone. And so, like I said, be patient. And we got this, and we'll do it together. We're doing what we can to shop orders. We're doing what we can to stock shelves so that if you choose to come into the store, we will have things available. Some of the other sanitation steps we have taken, we have closed dry cleaning, we have closed salad bars and hot bars. If it's not in a package, you're not getting it, basically. Produce is different. We're not doing all that. Those are because they're self-serve. So you can grab a handle and serve yourself. Well, right now, ideally, that is not what we need right now. Someone not knowing they would have the coronavirus could spread it that way. And so they are taking many precautions. And like I said, I'm not going to tell you anything you can't see firsthand. So don't listen for it, because you won't get it. I mean, they've been out of potatoes for days. I mean, not currently while I'm recording this, but before I got moved to another store to help with their curbside because mine was closed, we couldn't keep potatoes in stock. It's longer ranging items, and that's why I tell you, when you all come in to purchase the same thing, hopefully we have it. If we don't, more than likely it's coming tomorrow or maybe even next day. But I will tell you, I have not heard one word about grocery stores ever closing. Not from other countries where I've seen stories of everything closing. You know, they keep essentials open, and grocery stores are essential, like gas stations are essential. So we will do everything we can to maintain stock in the stores. And if it comes to the point where here in Columbus we are told to shelter in place, well, we'll figure something out, I'm sure. There might just be a lot of delivery orders heading out of your local grocery stores. But we'll just have to wait and see and be patient and move a little bit slower than we're used to. I know a lot of you that might listen to this are stuck in your home, and is probably driving you insane. It is nice to, personally for me right now, I have ultimate job security. I mean, not that I didn't before. I'm pretty good at my job, but it does make me feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that there are options if I wasn't in this industry right now. but also that it's not going anywhere, and don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back
Columbus,
after a quick
Ohio.
word from our sponsor.
Are you ready? Are you ready for Jason McCarthy and the Jericho Holics live Saturday, November the 8th at the Nationwide Arena? That's right, Jason McCarthy and the Jericho Holics will be live singing all of the most boring wrestlers' theme songs of all time. Theme songs such as Lance Storm, Chuck and Billy, a little bit of the Raven, and controversial songs like Hulk Hogan's theme song. That's right, Jason McCarthy and the Jericho Holics live at the Nationwide Arena, and we got your tickets right here. All you gotta do is be caller number 21 for your chance to win. Jason McCarthy and friends with the Jericho Holics live November the 8th, Nationwide Arena.
And I really do want to stress that everyone is doing their best, and not only to stock shelves, but to keep everything extra clean. They already had pretty decent sanitation practices, but I'll say that I was pretty proud of the way Giant Eagle was. I don't want to say ready for this because nobody really was, but they didn't waste any time in putting out memorandums and requirements, and this is not a suggestion. You will be doing this type of emails and meetings, and well, actually we didn't have meetings, it was all email because they're trying to protect everybody, but it's been different. I'm kind of proud to be in grocery stores right now, and if anything, I hope this news series or the podcast that is more in depth about the news series that I am doing, the community spotlight for OMS News, the grocery industry, more detailed with Giant Eagle than any other industry because I'm in it. I just wanted to implore you guys that you're most of you are being really nice to the grocery store and food industry people right now, because I don't want to forget about you guys at the McDonald's, at the Burger Kings, at the city barbecues and the Subways and the Panini Pas, and there's so many of you guys that, like me, are in the service industry that keep this country running. And so all you listeners out there that are not in this industry and have never been in this industry, that when we get through this, because we will, remember, we help run America. It's not the most glamorous of work, but it's necessary. So if you're treating your service industry people well, thank you very much. If you did it before all of this coronavirus craziness, thank you twice as much, because I know I have wonderful curbside customers at the store that I work at. They are always understanding, but even more so now that we're all going through this. For those of you that are always rude to the service industry person that more than likely isn't making a decision on whether something's there, whether it is cheap enough for you or not, they don't set the prices, they don't set the hours. They do what they are asked to do because they are paid to do it. So when this is all over, please don't revert back to go, always angry and flipping out over the littlest things. People make mistakes. I had a manager once told me, calm down, it's fine, it's just turkey sandwiches. And that really stuck with me, because you can apply that to a lot of things. As long as you're learning from the mistakes that you're making and you don't repeatedly make the same ones, it's okay. And I think the people that have been in this industry and moved on to higher paying jobs get that. I don't think that people that have never been in this industry truly understand how daunting it is, especially right now when everyone is, I don't want to say in a panic, but being extra cautious about everything, which is totally fine. I'd rather be more cautious than not cautious enough right now. But we're all on the front lines trying to help you with the healthcare workers too. But this podcast isn't about them. I may do one with my sister-in-law if she's okay with it when all this is said and done. She is a registered nurse, and I can only imagine what she is going through. So stay tuned for that. We're going to keep bringing you these. And next week is fluid right now. It's either going to be a more in-depth look at an interview with my store director or the front-end leader at my store. But we'll see, because it's crazy right now at every grocery store. So just remember to stay good, Columbus, because I'm always good.